Okay, so this is sort of off the cuff. I wrote some stuff down. I kind of prepared, kind of didn't. I'm not saying what take this is, but recently I wanted to talk about the consoles and just hardware I grew up with playing as a kid. And recently I purchased original Game Boy a couple, like about like a week ago, I want to say. And the first game I started playing on it was Pokemon Blue. And granted, you can use emulation and have better resolution, a better screen, better color gamut, all that stuff, but it doesn't capture the feel that having the physical original hardware can have on a person. There's just something magical about it, in my opinion. And I've been playing Pokemon Blue, and it just playing it for a few minutes. I when I turned on the Game Boy, heard that startup screen, it brought me back to when I was a kid. And uh, I've also, over the course of the years, started. I got a PS1, a PS2, an Xbox 360, and stuff I grew up as a kid. And I've been collecting games and replaying them. And yeah, some of the controls are a little dated, some of it isn't. Also, with PS1 and PS2, I wanted to play on an actual like CRT TV, and my grandparents, God bless their hearts, they were kind enough to, because honestly they don't use it. It's been sitting in the basement for the longest time. A Sony HD CRT TV. It uses the component like 720p component cables for HD, the red, green, and blue. And man, that takes me back. I don't believe it has the HDMI, but it does have the red, green, blue component cables, and it was interesting having that and playing the PS2. The first game I played on my PS2 was Metal Gear Solid 3, and man, that is just again, it's just a different feeling playing on the stuff that you played as a kid. And the reason I'm making this video and talking about this is I got more enjoyment out of playing these older consoles and these older devices than I did on newer stuff like the PS5, Xbox Series X. I only have a handful of games on the PS5 and also the Xbox Series X, and I'm just like, was it worth it? Like buying, like going through. Yeah, everyone was there for COVID, like where you couldn't get a PS5, you could get like Xbox Series S, but the Series X and PS5 you really couldn't get. And then once you get it, there wasn't really many games, and now a couple of years later, there's only a few games worth getting, in my opinion, on the PS5. And don't even get me on those starting on Xbox Series X. I mean, shit. Granted, Game Pass is a good value if you're at least when it started, but now it's not even that a good value anymore. It's what is it up to like $20 for like if you want the whole entire library Game Pass on Xbox? It's like, bruh, like why am I paying for this? And same thing with PlayStation Plus. Granted, you get some new games and like but like, is it worth it? And the reason I'm making this video is honestly, I think more and more people should go back to picking up, and not even if you're older. I've been seeing Gen Alpha kids in retro stores and everything like that more and more as I've gone. And they're like, "Oh, look at this!" And I'm like, maybe they're doing it for a social media clout, maybe not. But I don't see a phone in their hand. They're just looking through the games, like, "Oh, this looks." I heard about this online, and then they're purchasing it and purchasing old consoles. So it's not just me. These kids that even grow up with the hardware are picking up these consoles and these older hardware and these older games. And I've been seeing online that they're actually enjoying it. And I think a lot of people should honestly give these older consoles a chance and see if they like it or not. And from what I'm seeing, people are. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing because honestly, these AAA studios, at least the AAA studios, don't get me wrong, with indies are still producing worthwhile stuff, but AAA studios, they're like have bloated budgets up like that make Hollywood like is pale in comparison to the budgets of these AAA studios. A Hollywood film maybe like 200 million, but these AAA studios are putting down like 500 million, and not only that, they're like with the what do you call it, the marketing budget on these games. So they're like some of these are like $1 billion budgets with marketing and development that these publishers are putting down, and they're failing. Like Concord failed. Like the Ubisoft, like latest Ubisoft games, like they're doing poorly. It's gotten so bad with these AAA studios that they're either downsizing like Ubisoft or being sold off to the Middle East like EA, and they're diminishing returns on these big budget games. It's crazy. Meanwhile, you got the Claire Obscura 30, like Obscura 33, Claire Obscura 33. No, I'm sorry, Claire Obscura Expedition 33. They have at most a 10 million. They have a publisher, yeah, but they made like 10 million. They used a budget of 10 million, and they got so much return on it because everyone absolutely loves what this smaller team did. I think it was like 25 like developers. And granted, they did have some outside help with a publisher and also outsourcing some stuff, but overall, it cost them 10 million to make, and they got such a high return because these indie, not indie, but like you know what I mean. These smaller developers are putting out stuff that are putting these AAA like 100 to 250 developer team to shame, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but I honestly think more people should invest in older hardware and older games and get more enjoyment out of playing games. And another thing, like disconnect from the internet for a little bit, because just unplug from the internet, like social media. It's like either unplug for a couple of days or limit it to an hour, because the algorithm is showing you stuff that's just making you angrier and angrier. And I guarantee you unplug for maybe a couple of days or just limit it to an hour, you'll be a lot happier. And I know I've been rambling or whatever, but this is the video I kind of wanted to make. So anyway, I guess that's it. I don't know what the point of this video, but the point of this video was buy older hardware, play older games, and get to your Steam library that you've had for God knows how long. Get through that. Just stop buying these newer games, and I think it'll work itself out, in my opinion. That's all. Also, unplug for the internet.